This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet friends. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Best Bets for Pets. Okay, for those of you that have been listening for a long 9 years or maybe even a few years, you know dental hygiene it's in my wheelhouse. It is my thing. I'm so passionate about dental hygiene, and I'm also so frustrated by it because it's tough. It's tough. Mr. Z does not make my life easy with cleaning his teeth. But I have a product my guest is going to talk about that they've created, and this is going to make us all be much happier to get our dogs and cats' teeth clean. We'll be right back.
DINOVITE.com.
When we put him on the Dynovite, he took right to it. All of these symptoms disappeared.
Dynovite is nutrition.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
Something that he actually likes to eat. You need to put him on Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
If you love your dog, you don't just want him healthy, you want him to be happy.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to introduce Andres Beregovich. He is the COO of Jax And Cali Pet Toothbrush Wipes. Welcome, Andres.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you. Now, before we get into the toothbrush wipes, I have to know, because I love this name. Where did the name Jax And Cali come from?
Well, Jax and Cali are our family piebald mini dachshunds that live in Miami. And they reside down there and enjoy it with my parents. And that's how that's the name of the company, Jax And Cali. We make products with their likeness for people that care about their animals and their fur friends just as much as we do. And really, the way that this product came to be was through our Jax And Cali paw and body wipes, which were designed by my mother for Jax And Cali because she couldn't find any suitable products on the market that would clean their paws after they went out for a walk. And as you know, South Florida is very hot and they're low to the ground. And so they pick up a lot of dirt. Our Jax And Cali sleep with my parents. And so my mom didn't want to put anything on them that was harmful because they sleep in her bed and they kiss her. She wouldn't put anything on Jax And Cali that she wouldn't put on her own body. And that is a theme that reverberates through our brand and all the products that we launch that are Jax And Cali.
That's good to know. And I know that you're also, because I read a little bit about your products, that you're dedicated to holistic wellness. And your products are, very safe and free of all, just say, I don't have the list in front of me, so all the bad stuff, so to speak. So I'm excited about that too, because, anything that you put on your pet, they groom themselves, so it's going to go in their mouth, which it means it's going to be inside their body.
Exactly.
Right. So.
Exactly. So, babies don't sit there and lick themselves all day long, and our fur friends do. And so something that may not be dangerous to a child or someone using baby wipes could actually potentially be harmful to your pet. And so you want to really be careful with the type of ingredients that you're putting on them because they're also ingesting them.
Exactly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about your dental wipes, because they're very different from anything I've seen before, and I've seen a lot. And for my listening audience, Best Bets for Pets, I think we've had at least maybe 7 or 8 dental products, at least, because I'm passionate about dental And man, it drives me crazy because it is difficult. Some people have these dogs, you say, open your mouth, and they just brush their teeth and they're done. I think that's about 8% of the population, or maybe 5%. And most of us have, it's you're trying to clean their teeth and they're trying to get your fingers out of their mouth at the same time. So it's definitely a challenge. And what I love about your dental wipes is that it's very similar to what my vet and many vets advise as far as to, get your dog used to you cleaning their mouth. So having said all that, can you describe them for our listening audience?
Absolutely. So these dental wipes are actually a textured finger wipe. Just picture a mitt. If you live up north and you know about the snow, put on a little mitt in order to protect your hands. And so this is a small mitt that goes over your 2 fingers, and they're wet, so they have a solution on them. Again, it's a holistic, all natural solution that is made with peppermint oil and notably Bactase Oral. Bactase Oral is a natural blend of enzymes that are patented and designed to reduce bacteria growth, which will, of course, help with thwarting periodontal disease. And so dental is so hot right now. There are a lot of products on the market. But again, my mom, she tried so hard to brush Jax and Cali's teeth, and they didn't want it. They didn't like it. They rejected the toothbrush. They rejected this plastic foreign thing in their mouth. They rejected the toothpaste. When my mom finally got the toothbrush in there, their gums would bleed. It was not a pleasant experience for the user or for Jax and Cali. And so, we graduated to these little pads that you can get on the market. They're also pre-moistened, but it's very difficult to wrap your finger around them and then get it in your dog's mouth and then, go ahead and try and get friction and to try and clean it.
Well, wait, I want to add something to that, because what my vet said, because in frustration, and, Mr. Z's 14 now. After 13, I didn't do any more dentals because anesthesia, he has to go down, and it's, age is not a disease, but he's up there. So he suggested using gauze. But guess what happens when you wrap gauze around? It gets stuck in his teeth. It gets stuck in his tongue. It's a big mess, and it just does not, I hate it. He hates it. If we both hate it so much, you don't want to do it. And that's not the point.
That's right. And so at the end of the day, Jax and Cali's teeth were not taken care of, and it's unfortunate. And recently they've had a lot of teeth pulled. They both have periodontal disease. And just like a human, okay, if you don't take care of your dog's oral hygiene, they are prone to periodontal disease, which leads to inflammation and problems with other organs and parts of the body. And so they say the best time to plant a tree is today, but 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is today. Now's not too late to start to try if you haven't been using any type of dental products. But certainly if you have a young dog and of course our product is actually safe for dogs and cats. So if you have a young fur friend, getting them introduced to putting your fingers in their mouth with a textured finger wipe from the beginning is not a bad idea. It's recommended.
Wait, have you ever used it on a cat?
We have not used it on a cat, but we know of people that have used it on a cat. And it's incredible because when we launched this product in Denver at the Outdoor Retailer Conference, we actually thought that paw and body wipes were going to be our best seller because people who go camping and hiking with their dogs and they want to clean their dog's paws at the end of the day. It was absolutely incredible the amount of people that came to our booth for toothbrush wipes. Young, old, any type. It didn't matter who you were. If you had a dog, you needed these toothbrush wipes. Yeah. And it was like it filled such a void in the market. It was beautiful to see, but it's ingenious because it's innovative, but it makes sense,
It's one of those things and you think, why didn't I think of that? That's such a great idea. And I also like that you don't have to use toothpaste with it, but could you? And it's not a flat surface. It looks like it has some nubs or some texture to it. So
Correct.
2 questions for you. So do you have to use a toothpaste or anything for it, or could you if you want? And is there texture to it to help some of the plaque come off?
Right. So yes, they're textured. So that helps with removing, different types, bacteria and other type of allergens. And you do not need any toothpaste. They are pre-moistened. There's 65 of them that come in a pack, and you can use them daily. They're human grade. I mean, if you wanted to use them after lunch, you could, and I'm sure that they would benefit your oral hygiene. Again, there's nothing that we would put on Jax and Cali that we wouldn't put on our own bodies, and we're very cognizant of that.
Okay, Andres, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back, and then we're going to talk about how somebody would start using their toothbrush wipes. Be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to Andres Beregovich, who is the COO of Jax and Cali, and they have paw and body wipes and amazing toothbrush wipes. And we've been talking about mostly the toothbrush wipes, but now I want to know, Andres, how would you go about, we're going to let people know in a little bit where they can get the toothbrush wipes, but how would you start using them?
Right. So you can start using them immediately and also on a daily basis. Just like you clean your teeth, at least twice a day, you can do the same with your pet. And you would just literally take the finger wipe and put your fingers through it. And I would allow your fur friend to smell the wipe first, lick it a few times, and then slowly introduce it into the dog's or cat's mouth and rub around the gums, the tongue, definitely all the teeth. And for the first time, you don't need to do it for a long time. Just do it as an introduction.
Let me ask you this. My vet had said, because some dogs get a little snappy, like mine. He's a sweetie, but he gets snappy. He said to hold their snout. Well, Mr. Z has a long snout. I guess I don't know what you do if you have a little dog with a little snout like a pug. But if you can hold their snout so that you can keep their mouth shut so they're not going up and down. And Mr. Z's a bigger dog. He's 50 pounds. Your Jax and Cali are little teeny ones. So The teeth are smaller. But that might be an option too, right? To hold their nose, the snout shut and maybe just put the finger wipe in. Is that possible?
You can absolutely do that. And then the other approach would be the opposite, which would be, kind of hugging from behind, and you have the wipe in your finger. And so, you kind of get into the mouth and the oral cavity there, where you're kind of like hugging your pet, right? And it just depends on what's comfortable for you and what's comfortable for your friend. But they're much easier to use than just the pads that you find on the market nowadays, because with the pads, you have to wrap them around your finger and then create friction, which is hard enough while your dog is squirming and moving around. So here you have one important variable that's already been taken care of. It's pre-moistened and it's nice and snug on your 2 fingers. And so once you get into your dog's mouth, you really shouldn't have any problem.
Okay, and they come in a package. Are they individually sealed, or that you could take some with you if they're, doing an overnight or someone's watching them, or are they all in one package?
They're all in one package. There's 65 wipes in a package, and originally they're heat sealed, so you would break the heat seal off, and then there is a plastic zipper. So it's a resealable bag, and every time you take one out, just reseal the package, and they'll be fresh and well preserved for the next time that you need them. And they stay super moist and fresh, and yes.
Okay, now I have another question. How would you advise getting your cat used to using a toothbrush wipe?
Yeah, I think...
Carefully. They have sharp teeth.
It's incredible because the people that we speak to, they're so desperate to find a product that works and that is easy to use. And I think, and people ask us about, using them on their cats all the time. And I think that if you can catch your cat, number one, and get them to stay still, that it's not too hard. But of course, just like anything else, practice makes perfect. And, it may take a few tries. But I think it's important that your dog or cat be aware of what it is that's going into their mouth, be able to smell it, lick it. To humans and animals, it doesn't actually have a taste. Although it smells minty, it does not have any taste. And because animals typically don't like things that are overly spicy or sweet, or it's better to give them something that's a little bit more bland. So it smells minty, but it doesn't taste like anything. And I have a boxer lab mix named Knox, and he's the cutest 8-month-old puppy. And he loves to lick the wipe, before I even brush his teeth. And so he became comfortable with it, and he knows that we're going to have fun with it. I think if you're having fun with your pet while you're using the product, it's a no-brainer,
And what a great gift for a new pet parent, right? Because it's always easiest to start when they're pups to get them used to it. Then it makes it so much easier.
Absolutely. And we've actually done independent testing and with a closed group of volunteers. And they've all felt that, the first time that they put the product into their dog's mouth, especially if the dogs had not tried anything like that in the past, it was sort of awkward, and they would, kind of reject it. But by like the third day, it became a ritual. It was something that they knew that they were going to do before bed, or, they looked forward to it, and then they allowed their owner to do it. So just a fun fact there. We had a close study for volunteers on that.
Well, that's the way to do it, though. From vets I've talked to, they always say, introduce it, do it slow, and, do some in the mouth, get them to lick it, some in the mouth, and then go and move on to the rest of the mouth. Okay, now here's the best part. Where can people find Jax and Cali toothbrush wipes and, of course, the paw and body wipes?
Well, Jax and Cali, both paw and body wipes and the toothbrush wipes can be purchased on our website, jaxandcali.com. And it's not an ampersand. It's Jax, Jax, and A-N-D, Cali, CALI.com, or Amazon Prime, and they'll be to you, within a day or two. And we sell, our biggest supporters are mostly small boutique, independent, holistic retailers throughout the country. And it's because of them and our relationships that we fostered at trade shows. And they really, just a fun fact, when we first started Jax and Cali, my mother and I, because my mother's my business partner and she's the CEO of the company, we would fly to major metropolitan U.S. markets and go door to door with samples to holistic pet stores in that city. And we would meet with the owners and we would, show them our products, and we would actually get to know them and the types of people that they serve, that they sell to, their customers, what they want. And so it's because of those relationships from our early start that we fostered that we are where we are today, because they believe in our brand, they believe in our philosophy, they believe in our mission and what we're doing, they believe in holistic wellness, and they also like that the paw and body wipes are made not in China, they're actually made in Israel. And the toothbrush wipes are made in Miami. They're made in the USA.
Oh, right.
So,
I love that.
Yes. And that is a goal of ours as a company, to make as many products as we can in the United States. And my family is a family of veterans. My grandfather served in World War II in the South Pacific, and my uncle was in the Air Force. And so we are patriotic, and we do like things to see things made in the USA, and we're committed to that as a manufacturer as much as possible, as much as we possibly can with some of the things that we're coming out with.
Well, thanks to your family for their service to our country, and thank you, Andres, for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling us all about Jax and Cali Toothbrush Wipes. I tried it on Mr. Z, so now I'm going to just let everybody know. I have a fear and a love-hate relationship with the toothbrush, mostly hate with any dental stuff with Mr. Z. But I'm telling you, the toothbrush wipes, wow, what a difference. It's not dread. I have to hug him from behind. I still have to do a little tackling, but he's an old, he's stubborn 14-year-old, but it's better. And it's so much easier than wrapping gauze around my finger, than the hard, plastic, than the toothbrush, than so much easier than anything else I've ever tried. So thank you for coming up with this great product.
Thank you, Michelle. It's such a pleasure to be on this podcast with you and being able to connect with your audience. And if there's, any other questions you have about the product, feel free to always be able to reach out to me, contact me, and we can chat.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. I love that show. And I have to tell you, I can't believe I'm saying these words. I'm kind of liking cleaning Zeus's teeth, and I never thought I would say those words. But this is a big thank you. My show is dedicated to Mr. Z and getting his teeth looking white and sparkly, or at least a lot cleaner. And thank you to my guest for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling us about Jax and Cali Toothbrush Wipes and their paw and body wipes. Thanks to my fantastic audience on Best Bets for Pets for listening to all of these great shows over the last, almost 10 years. And thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. Now stay tuned. You never know what's coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.